Hi lovers, welcome back to my space. This is the conclusion video, so you need to stay tuned to the end, because at the end of this video I'm going to be telling you the best fabric to use for this particular style. For me, I used bridal satin, but if you want to really make that style, like the ball and everything, I will tell you the best fabric to use at the end of the video. So the first thing you need to do is cut out your hand stain and your clothes gum. Okay, so as you all know, we pad clothes gum lining with clothes gum in this piece. So my lining, I use clothes gum to pad it, and for my main fabric I use hand stain. So I went ahead to cut out every single pieces and I labeled it back. Like, I used the pieces I got from my draft to pin down my fabric to my lining, the same thing like that. The reason why I did that was because I do not want to make mistakes. You know, if you leave it all of that just like that, you are definitely going to make mistake one way or the other, misplace and all of that. So that was why I ironed one set, pin everything together with the paper, which is the draft paper. I took another one, iron everything completely, pin it down also. That was what I did all through till I was done ironing and gumming everything. So for this particular part, I unpinned my draft, then brought out my both side fronts. Remember, we had six cuts each, which is the center front, the side front, and the part that leads to your armhole, which is the three for this part, three for this other part. That is, the front is completely 6, then the back also is completely 6. So I went ahead to cut 6 pieces of cloth gum for my lining, then 6 pieces of hand stay for my lining. You guys, I'll also be telling you everything it cost me to make this towards the end of the video, so you need to stay glued to this channel. Yeah, so all I did right here was just join everything together. Like, I sew each pieces to where they belong, and yeah, that was all what I did. Then after sewing, I give it to my girl to press open for me. This particular video, or this particular tutorial, is going to drain you mentally if you are not careful, because it is stressful, because it has a lot of pieces. Okay, so that is why I'm telling you to gum and pin your draft to it, so that you won't have to like spend a lot of time trying to figure out which part is going for which part. Okay, which by doing like that, rather, it makes your work very easy. Like, it makes it stress free. Okay, so I went ahead to join every single pieces I have together. And if you've been on this channel, you should notice that I really do not open up my center back when I'm cutting something like this that has plenty pieces like this. I do not open, which is my zipper area. I don't open it up. I go ahead and join everything together. Why I don't open it up is because I don't want to start mixing up my center back and all of that. So I leave the fabric and the lining full like that. So when I'm done stitching everything together, then I'll now head to my table to open it up, then take whatever measurements I have for that particular video. So you need to join everything together carefully. So right here, I was done joining everything together, done press opening everything. So this is what we have. This is what I was trying to explain to you, that my center back is always together until I'm ready to take my measurements. So this is my main fabric. I already did everything and press open. This is my front part, did everything and press open also. So I'll go ahead and place everything together just like this. Then after placing everything together, this is my front part also. I'll just go ahead and put it all together and place everything together. So for my front, I have two, after joining everything, I have 2 front, then 1 back. Till I will open it up, then I'll now have 2 back as well. Okay, since the back will be having zipper and the front will be having corset loops. So after everything, I'll go ahead and fold it into 2 like this. Then join the 2 front, and the 2 back rather. Join the 2 back together, just like I'm doing right now on your screen. But before then, I'll open up this lining first. After opening up the lining, I'll go ahead and join my second side, which is my main fabric, and also open up my zipper like the way I did right here in the first part. Open up my zipper at this back area. Okay, I noticed something when I was joining. I noticed that I have much allowance, like excess fabric, when I was joining it, and that was because I added half inch extra all the way around, or maybe because we added excess allowance. So that's, if you have excess allowance like that, you don't need to worry. Okay, we are going to still cut it, and you have room. It's even better it's much than it is not enough. So my center back, that my waist area at the back, you can notice that the back is deep. Yes, that your waist area at the back, yes, that your spine area, it is always deeper inside there. So to make everything lap perfectly well, you need to take some inch out of that part. So I'll just go ahead now and place the two together so I can show you what I am trying to say practically. Honestly speaking, you do not need to skip any part of the video, because this video is well packed. Everything is you need to sew. Even without sewing this kind of dress, sewing your normal dress for your customers, your clients, or yourself, you need something like this. You need this video, because there is a way you sew your zipper. Your center back, which is your waist at the back, the center back will be bulgy. Okay, so to avoid all of that, you need to watch this video, because I will teach you all the whole tips to achieve a flat back and a neat zipper at the back. So while placing this, that was when I noticed that, oh, I had excess allowance. I told you when I was sewing, I noticed it. So I was like, okay, let me just finish joining it before I will conclude. So why do putting this together, I noticed that my allowance was excess, most especially the back. The back was longer than the front area. So yes, so right now I'll first of all cut that part off. But before then, remember I told you that you have to take your center back. So it is right time we're going to minus some inches from our center back to make it lap. You guys see how the zip was perfect. I was so much happy when that outfit came out like that. At least the back was so perfectly neat. So I wanted to take my measurements. Then I noticed, then I see that, okay, it is much and I want to snatch. I don't want to use my actual waist, so we don't need all of that part. So I'll go ahead and take my pattern now, the side of my pattern, okay, and place it on my actual clothes like this. Then use this pattern to cut out the real thing, which is the real design, okay, the real measurement. Okay, why I'm doing it like this is because I want to have that same curve I have on the pattern. Okay, I can say, okay, let me just do it manually like that and it won't come out the way I want it. So that was, I had to place my pattern back on my clothes to cut it out. All right, so after cutting it out, everything is now perfect. I had to also straighten up my basque area. Okay, I had to straighten up my basque area. You guys should just watch this video. For my new subscribers, you guys are really wonderful. Thank you for joining this beautiful family. I pray never to disappoint you all. To my old subscribers, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for coming back again to this channel. I so much appreciate, and I pray the Lord bless you all richly in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you so much. Now, you guys, my God, my Igbo accent came out. You guys are really wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate. And to those that comment, share my videos, you guys are wonderful. God bless you all. So I noticed that my armhole was not aligning, so I had to like make everything perfectly well, like to make it align, with each other perfectly well. So after that, I also noticed my front neck area was not connecting, so and my back, so I had to like cut out the excesses I have right there. So after doing all of that, you guys should just continue watching the video because everything is well detailed. No, it's unedited, everything is real. That is why I took longer time, like 40 something minutes of editing. Okay, the funny thing is this video is up to 3 hours, more than safe, but I had to cut it short like this so I won't take much time. So for the center back, I had to give my fabric this, chuck it down like that. Earlier, our center back is deep, so for us not to have a bulgy zip, pointed kind of zip, you need to do this that I'm about to do right now on the clothes. To achieve a flatter zip at the back area, you need to do this that I'm about to do. Okay, so remember we chalked down our center back, so I went ahead to take 1 inch inside, just only that place I'm cutting out the 1 inch. Okay, I am not taking it to the upper area, no, just only that, just as if you are coming from the upper part, you went inside, then you came out back. Yes, that is it. So we do not have that bulgy zip kind of back, so that was why I took 1 inch. You guys notice that it's just 1 inch right there. Then when I get to somewhere around the upper area, I stopped them. Then every other part is straight to the upper part. I just went in, took my 1 inch, then came out back. Okay, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Even if you're making a casual gown, any kind of outfit, this is the secret to not having a bulgy zip at the back, a pointed zip at the back. This is the secret to not having that. Whatsoever thing you're making, even if it's blouse, anything you're making, that's the secret to not having that. So for our own tutorial, I want it to have a basque waistline at the back, but as for Vicky James style, it does not have a basque area, a waistline rather, at the back. It only has, it has a round, a normal waistline, but as for me, I want it basque. So for that to happen, you need to fold your front like this, like the way I did right now in the video. You need to fold the front like this, then you cut out the excess like that. But if you want it to have basque waistline at the back also, it is fine. But as for me, if I wanted a normal waistline, I would have folded my front like this. Make sure the front waist edge and this back waist edge is aligning, then the center side is what you are going to cut out, just like I'm doing right now on your screen. Okay, I hope you understand. So as for me, I don't want it like that, so that is that. So after that, I'll go ahead now and open up my fabric and my lining like this, then connect it this like this, use this to cover this, stitch, add my boning, and I'll come back again. You guys are definitely going to see me adding the boning. I will stitch the neck. After adding my boning, I will stitch the neck round. After stitching the neck round, I will stitch the side, which is my zipper area. I'll cover it up, cover my other side, which is my waist side, cover all of that up, cover my armhole. Then I will, from the length, which is the basque area, and bring it out, like turn everything inside. Okay, we need a neat finishing, right? That is what we are going to do. So this is me joining my neck first. The first thing you should do is to join your neck notch and top stitch. Okay, so after joining your neck, you notch, you top stitch, then you start fixing your bone. Why we did the joining of the neck first is because we don't want to, like, we don't want it to not to come out well when we are sewing it. I don't know if you fix the bone first before joining the neck. I don't know if it's going to come out well. I didn't try that, but as for me, I feel like this is much more easier for me to do than fixing the boning first. So after which I was done here, I went ahead to do the same thing at the front area. Join my neck first. That's the only thing you need to do first. Join your neck first. Then if you're wondering where you're going to connect your bone, remember that those lines, those lines that we cut the two center lines that we cut. I hope you guys understand where we press opened, all those lines that we pressed open. That is where you are definitely going to fix your sewable bone. So for this tutorial, I used 4 yards of non-sewable bone, then 6 yards of sewable bone. I think I bought more later on, but I can't remember. So that is what you're going to buy. You're going to make use of both sewable bone and non-sewable bone. Okay, so after that, I went ahead to fold my front like this. Everything is just in this video in case I do not get to remember to explain the particular step. You guys just know that. Okay, just watch the video. Okay, so after that, I went ahead to fix my boning in my bust, the pillar, that bust area that I carved out. Yes, you need to be very careful fixing your bone there. You guys should notice something. When I was fixing, I was stretching my material, my fabric, to stitch the bone. Reason why I was doing that is because if you do not do like that, it is going to sew another, like join another fabric together and sew it together. That's how bone does, most especially when you're working with, when you're sewing that bust area. Yes, so I don't want that thing to happen, so that my bust area is going to lap perfectly well. That was why I was like stretching the material, dragging it, then sewing on it, dragging, then sewing on it, so it to give me a perfect neat finishing. So after which I went ahead to place my fabrics together to see if what I am doing is accurate. So for this tutorial also, I used 1 yard of cloth gum, 1.5 yard of cloth gum rather for my lining, then 1 yard of end stain for my fabric. The reason why I use 1.5 yard of cloth gum is usually cloth gum comes 45 inches length. Okay, the length comes 45 inches. Okay, so that was why I used more cloth gum. At the end of the video, I'll tell you how much it cost me to make this beautiful outfit, the exact fabric you're going to use if you want it to come out perfectly well like that of Vicky James. Okay, just stick around this channel till the very end. I know it's a long one, but I promise not to make it, but you're definitely going to understand everything. So I'm going to take my measurement, then sew it all the way down. You should do the same thing. Okay, take a measurement, then sew it all the way down, after which it is time for me to join my front area. Sorry, so I went ahead to join, and yes, hola, this is what I have. I went ahead to join. I went ahead to iron this back area. I already so that my zipper area. Okay, you close it up before you sew down where you are going to fix your boning. So for the center back, that joining that's at the center back, you're not going to use sewable bone in it. Reason is because if you use sewable bone, there's a way you sit and it start folding, especially for plus size. So if you use sewable bone, it is going to fold at the back. So to avoid that, we are going to use non-sewable bone. That was why I avoided sewing that part with bone, sewable bone, and I went ahead to sew it down, then fixing my non-sewable bone. After which I joined my armhole round. Yes, you need to join your armhole. You know, she didn't pipe it. Okay, so we are not going to pipe it that. We are going to sew the way she did. Sew it all the way around, just like that. Just carefully hold it and sew it down. I promise you, this video, you are definitely going to understand it by watching. Yes, even without explaining, you will understand. Okay, so I went ahead to sew my armhole all the way down, just like this. After sewing it down, I notch. Yes, you need to notch, plenty of notching. Anything you sew in this particular, notch it. Yes, so that it will relax. Without notching, it will not relax. I know armhole used to so to avoid that from happening, you need to notch every single part you sew. You notch. Yes, if you've watched my video up to this time and you're yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell button, so anytime I upload educated or educative video like this, rather you're going to be notified. And for my returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for believing in me. I pray God bless you all. Amen. So after all of that, I went ahead to iron it, and it is already giving all the vibes. Okay, I went ahead to iron, and yes, after that we'll go ahead and join the shoulder, but not now. You're not going to join the shoulder now. It's toward the end of the video that we're going to join the shoulder. I'm just trying to show you how it's going to look like. So for the other side of the back, I used sewable bone, and for my waist area I use sewable bone also, but I doubled the sewable bone. Okay, to make everything stay well, I doubled the sewable bone, which is for my waist area. I doubled the sewable bone. You know, we got 3 parts at the back, which is this other part 3, this other part 3 at the back. Okay, so for my waist area I doubled the boning. For my other area I sew it. Then for the center back, which is the normal that is always at the back, center back, I use non-sewable bone, which means I sew on the fabric, then create a space for my boning. Okay, that was what I did. in that area at the back. I hope you all understand what I'm trying to explain. Honestly, this video took hours. It was not easy. If you watch this video closely, you will notice there's a change of outfit, which means I didn't make it a day. It was 2 days. It took me 2 days to be able to complete this video. Yes, because the cutting took a longer time, and the sewing and the gumming, god, the gumming took a longer time. Thank god I have helps around. It wouldn't have been easy if it were to be only me, because cutting the clothes gum, like 6 clothes gum, and 6 pieces of clothes gum, then cutting 6 pieces of hand stain, then going to join, pin it down, pick another set, join, pick a gum, pin it down, pick another set. It was not easy, honestly speaking. A huge shout out to the person that did all of this for me. Thank you so much. And yes, that is why you need to subscribe to this channel, because we're putting a whole lot of work out there. We are spending each tutorial I do. I've said this before, each tutorial I do right here, I spend like from 5 to 10,000 Nigerian naira. Sometimes I spend more. Okay, for this particular tutorial I spent roughly 15,000 naira. That was because I even used cheap fabric. I didn't use the exact fabric that the creator used, like everything she used. I would have been spending up to 20,000 naira, if not more. Okay, but I don't want to spend up to that. That was why I used a cheaper fabric. Okay, so you guys notice that I already press open my center, my waist area rather. Yes, I will double the bone in there. I'm plus size. I'm size 14, so I do not want to, like, I don't want that part to keep folding, like, because this regional bone is not that strong to hold a plus size person. Once I see that, it will start folding and it will be affecting me. So that's why I like doubling the bone. I do not like to use the normal non-sewable bone, because it's always stronger for my waistline. Okay, so that is why I prefer using non-sewable bone rather, because anytime I sit down it fits perfectly and it doesn't inconvenience me. Okay, I will sew and double it twice. I'll sew twice, like two side, twice rather. You are not going to sew on your fabric. Anything you're doing is on your main lining rather. The only time you need to sew your fabric is for that center back, which you saw me doing as well. So this is one side of the front. I'm done with the one side of the front, the front and the back. Yes, we joined it open. Now you joined one side. Let's say you join left hand front side, then left hand back side together. Then we'll go ahead and join the front side also, the same thing. So right now I'll go ahead and create a space for my bust point, which is, I won't be doing bust caging for this particular tutorial. No, instead I will fix bone around all the space I have in the front, which is 2 lines, these 2 lines. Yes, fix bone right here, then in between those 2 bones I'll fix another bone. Yes, then I'll go ahead and give it a good ironing. Now it is no longer my girls that will do the ironing for me. I'll be the one to go to the table and iron it in a circular motion. It's also in this video the way you iron a bust area to give it that cup effect. Okay, you guys notice that I was done right here fixing the bone. Okay, you need to cut out all your threads. Thread is going to follow you in this cloth though. You're going to work with plenty thread. It's going to follow you. Okay, but how you do it, how you manipulate it is what matters, which means you have to cut. After which, we're going to be joining our center front, closing it up inside like this, but I'm not doing it now until I am done ironing, adding fiber, then covering it up with cloth gum. Until I am done doing that, I will not join any other part again. So the next thing for me now is to go to the table and iron. The once I am done, we'll come back again to see what we have. Okay, so this is it. I am already done, and look at what we have. The cup is cupping. I went ahead to use fiber. Use hemming gum first, use fiber, double layer of fiber, then cover it up with cloth gum. Then this is what we have. Look at the cup. It is pretty. Honestly speaking, it is giving what it should give. So good, so nice. You guys notice how deep the cup is, right? So you need to turn it inside like this. After turning it inside, you go ahead and stitch all the way around, like stitch it down from that neck, which is the center neck at the front. You stitch it down. After stitching it down, then you create another space for your non-sewable bone. I think I bought more than 4 years of non-sewable bone. Yes, I do have this in the store, but for now I haven't like gone for shopping, like fabric shopping and all of that. So for now I don't have much tailoring stuff like that. Okay, so that was why I keep buying outside like that. So I think I bought more yards. I didn't use just for yards. I think I bought more yards. Okay, because there was a time it was not enough. The bones were not enough. They had to go buy me more bones, both non-sewable and sewable bone. So I can't remember keeping records of how many bones I bought, but I know it's up to 10 or 12 yards. So I went ahead to iron it out, and this is what we have. Neatly ironed, please, on a low heat. If you have steam, the same thing, just do it, make it perfect. Okay, so after which I will go ahead and create a space for my bone. Close, we already closed that side up, right? So you just go ahead and sew on one side the measurement of the length of the size of your, yes, the size of your bone rather. You go ahead and sew it down, then fix it inside. You cut off, then you do the same thing again. You create another space. You leave something like this. The reason why we left something like that is because we do not, like, when we are folding, we want an easy job. Okay, we don't sew on our bone. So I went ahead to create another space for my bone. I left like half inch, then sew 2 lines there to create space on my bone. So because we have fiber right in that side, I don't want it to affect my bone, so I went ahead to cover it up with steel tape, then forcefully push that in, and this is what I have. Then we have a small center front to fix our eyelet rings. Okay, and this is it. This is what we have right now, and it is giving, trust me. So the exact same thing I did in the front area, that's the exact same thing I'll be doing at the back. Join, iron, do everything. But for this other side, this is one side of the front, so for this other side I am going to teach you how to iron this. Either you're making this dress, or you're making normal bust caging, or you're making any style, as long as it has a breast cup, breast pad kind of thing. Yes, you need to neatly iron it. So I noticed that one side of my sleeve is wider than the other side. I went ahead to cut it off. Yes, we make mistakes. Nobody is above mistakes. Yes, we make mistakes. As long as you're a human being and you're working with someone's fabric, you're working, this is like a craft work. This is a craft work rather. Yes, so mistake is not necessary. Okay, the only thing that you make sure that it doesn't affect you much is when you make the mistakes, you take corrections and correct it. If you do not take correction and correct it, that is when it becomes bad habits. Okay, so yes, we made mistakes and I corrected the sleeve. One side was bigger, one side was 2.5, then the other side was 2, so I had to open it up again, then cut out that part, then sew it again and turn it up, and that was it. So because of that, I do not want to make the same mistake in the second part. I had to place the two together so I can get the perfect size of my shoulder. Okay, so I did the same thing, and voila, I turned everything inside. So this is it. After doing all of that, the first thing I would do right now is to cover up my armhole, so all the way around, then neatly iron. Yes, neatly iron on a low heat, because you don't want to burn your clothes. So you need to iron on a low heat, a very low heat, the lowest heat ever, or medium heat if there is anything like that. So after joining all of that, which is my armhole round, I go ahead and notch as many times as you can. As long as you want a perfect neat job, you need to notch. So this is it. I will press open, then attach my boning. Okay, please, you're only attaching bone to the lining, the sewable bone to the lining, not to the main fabric. Yes, so I press open the both sides, both the main fabric and the lining, then I open up the lining to fix my bone. I went ahead to sew my bone down. Then after that, I will add another one then sew it all the way down as well. So after sewing it all the way down, I fixed another one and did the same thing I did. I said that earlier that it helps because I'm a plus size, so it helps to hold me firmly and not fold. Okay, so after that, this is my front area, so I'll go ahead and connect all the bones that I'm supposed to connect. The first line, the second line, then the third line. Okay, that is what you should do. Please put the other bone in between that line, so the way I showed you, that's how you should do it. Then drag the bust curve, fix. I noticed that my bone was not long enough, so I had to cut small extra to add to it to make it complete. Okay, then I had to stitch my second side of the bone. You guys should notice the way I was holding the cup, the way I was separating it. Yes, and the cup is already cupping. So I had to fix my second bone. Yes, for this I do not have measurement for it. I just fix it in between, slanted in between the front and the side. Yes, so after doing that, I sewed the second side. Then I went ahead to fix my third bone. Yes, it is very simple. It is very easy once you follow my step by step. It is very easy. It's not as difficult as you think. Okay, so yeah, I went ahead to sew. I cut out all my thread. You guys, thread full. There was plenty thread on this. So after that, we'll go ahead and go to my table. Yes, I will show you how to iron perfectly. So this is me. I put my breast ball inside, cut out my fiber in a round form, then add hemming gum first to it, stick my fiber on it, then cut out another layer of fiber, add my hemming gum, then put it on top also. Make sure it's a round form, like a bust. Yes, a bust kind of shape, just round. Cut out. Then I went ahead to sprinkle water, place my my napkin on it. Please, you you need to sprinkle water, yes, and you need to place napkin on your fiber, else you don't want to know what will happen, right? So you guys should notice what I'm trying to do right here. See the way I am molding it. It's just as if this is like a theater. Anytime you go to the table, as a tailor, as a fashion designer, you should know you're on a theater table. Yes, because anything you do right there is what you get. Okay, so you need to be very careful. So after doing the first layer, I went ahead to cut out the second layer, trim, add hemming gum on my fiber. Then I place it on it again. Add hemming gum. Yes, add hemming gum. Cut out your hemming gum and place it on it. Sometimes this week that we are entering, which is the last week of month of February, we'll be going live for the first time ever on our YouTube channel. And honestly, you do not want to miss what we'll be talking about or what we'll be doing, the tutorial we'll be doing on that live stream. Okay, you don't want to miss it out. We'll be going live, and yes, very soon I will drop the date and time. Okay, so you guys should watch out for that. We'll be going live for the first time ever on YouTube, and I'm super excited to bring this to your notice. Yeah, we'll be going live for the very first time ever. So I was done ironing right here. I had to like cut out my excess also. Yes, you have excess. Yes, you have it, so cut it out. We don't need it, so cut it. After that, I already cut out my clothes gum. You can use hand stain for this part, okay? But for me, I'm using clothes gum. Yes, I have plenty pieces of clothes gum, so I have to just cut this shape out, then use it to cover up that part. If you have plenty hand stain or clothes gum, you can also cover it more than that, like make it cover all around, even cover some parts of the fabric. It is still very much okay. I do not have much, so I have to just use that pieces. And yes, look at the way I am molding that bust, like I'm ironing in a circular mode. Okay, yes, that's how you should do it. To mold your bust perfectly well, you need to iron like this. And once we are done, you guys will see the outcome. Honestly, it was giving what it should give. It was giving, trust me, it was perfect. So after doing all of that, this is what you should have. And after that, we'll go ahead now and go to a table. Look at how deep the cup is now, even without putting ready-made cup, and it is giving this luxury. So after that, I'll go ahead and turn it in like this. I haven't rather I haven't ironed my armhole round, so I had to just do it right here on camera. I love cover. I love to cover my fabric rather. Yes, isn't it, because I don't want it to burn. Usually this iron is a tiger, so I don't want it to burn. So after ironing your armhole, you place your ball like this also again to press your bust area. Also, this is when you mold the bust perfectly well, you iron in a circular motion also. Yes, you iron it in a circular motion. Yes, this is when you place it. Reason is because we've placed our fabric, and yes, everything should be perfect, right? That is why you should iron in a circular motion. If you've watched my video up to this time, you guys should see that this channel, we are very raw. We are very raw. We don't hide any of this. We are very raw. Yes, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please, okay, please, I'm begging you, subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell button. I teach everything concerning fashion designing, all your manipulations, everything you need to know about fashion designing. That is what we do right in this channel. So that is why you should subscribe, share my videos to all your platforms, so that you can help one or two persons out there out. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for joining me. You guys are really wonderful. I so much appreciate and heart you guys. So after that, I went ahead to fix my boning at my back area, then close my front, then after that turn it inside. Yep, turn it inside, like carefully turn it inside. You know, we fix bone everywhere, so you need to be very careful. No, don't rush. Yes, you need to be very careful. Then bring out all your small, you know, there's no how you turn something inside that small and fabric will not be inside hiding, so you need to bring them out. Then after that, you go ahead and sew on your front. Yes, create a loop or a space for your boning at the front. The same thing, you go ahead and fix your bone down. We are working with non-sewable bone. Go ahead and fix your bone inside. You cut out your excess, leaving like ½ inch out, yes, for our joining. Yes, so you go ahead and create the second space for your bone, measure like ½ inch, then create another space for your bone, then you cut that out also. And yes, this is what you should have by now. So after doing all of that, I try to like place it on my body, hold it firmly to sit, and I noticed that this corset is a bit long. Yes, remember we did 22 inches. It was a bit long, so yes, I had to cut it, like reduce it. So this is how my pack looks like. I'll go ahead and join it together. This was when I was trying to see if it's long, and trust me, it was long. See, it is affecting me when I sit. It's like it's really like pricking my laps kind of, so my laps rather. So I don't want that, so I have to measure again, and I saw 21 inches. I was like, okay, it is right time to cut it off. Yes, I went ahead to cut out my excess, and this is the fabric I told you I use brighter satin. Yes, so the perfect fabric for this tutorial is either you are using a plain damask. Yes, no, damask is heavy and full, a plain damask, or you are buying Mikado fabric. Then you can also add net inside, or corset mesh, the black corset mesh or the white corset mesh, the thick one, not the normal usual one that we use on our outfit, the one you can use on baby's dress. Yes, that is what you can buy and use. Then if your full length is 40, remember we've used 20 for our half length, then the remaining 20 you cut on your fabric. Then while cutting on your fabric, you don't cut 20, you use 40. You cut 40 because you're going to fold it. That's the same thing you're going to use for the lining. Yes, you use 40. Then if your waist is like 28, you cut like 100 for your waist, because you're going to gather it, and the gather needs to be very full. So it depends on how full you want it, that determines what you want. Okay, if you want it to be very full, cut excess. Okay, cut it very long, probably by like 5 yards. use that length of the 5 yards complete, or buy like 6 yards, use the length of the 6 yards complete, like that 6 yards, not the length, the length, yes, or the width or whatever, use it complete. Then cut like 40 and 20, then you cut 40. If your length is 20, you cut 40, then fold it together, run loose stitch all over for your gather. Okay, yes, that is it. Remember, you are buying damask or you are buying Mikado fabric. These two fabrics are very thick, they have that quality, and anything if you use it to create anything ball, it's always very full and it comes out perfectly well. Okay, you add net inside, or you buy corset mesh, the hard corset mesh. I use that for my baby dress and it comes out very, very ball. So yes, you can add that to the fabric. If you are in between the fabric you are turning inside and you're folding into two now, yes, so you add that corset mesh inside, and trust me, it will give you a perfect result. I did not add all of that in this video because I had already spent a lot, and corset mesh is about 1,500 naira in my area, that particular hard corset thing I'm talking about. And buying that, I'll be buying up to 2-3 yards. Okay, so I don't want to spend much than I have spent already on this tutorial. That was why I didn't go further to do all of that. So after that, you go ahead and join your shoulder together. Join your shoulder together. Then I join my center back together. Yes, I run a loose stitches on that. The reason why I did that is because I want to join my front, and I want it to be very perfect. I don't want it to start disturbing me, okay, while joining it. So I measured again, and this is giving me 20 already. Okay, no, sorry, 16. Yes, my front length is giving me 16. So I went ahead, which is from my neck area now, my neck depth now to the length is giving me 16. Remember, she used a modest panel at the front of this outfit, so you go ahead and cut the same modesty panel, the same length of modesty panel, which is 16 inches. Then you sew it all the way around. You leave a little space where you can easily turn around and iron it neatly. Okay, so you trim out all your excesses, then you go to your table, turn it outside like this, iron, and make sure it's neatly ironed. Use your scissors, your screwdriver to bring out all the excesses and iron. Cover up the space you left, like 2 inches you left to turn it in. Cover it up and iron. After that, this is what we have. Then you go ahead and place it together like this. Make sure it is not showing at the top of it, like it is not obvious that you added a modest panel. Okay, close it up like this, match it together, and go ahead and close it up. Okay, so after doing that, that is when you fix your gather to it. Okay, remember I told you to run a loose stitch and gather. You can actually use needle and thread to do gather. Okay, so after joining all of that, you need to place the two sides of the front like this, like one should lap on the other via 0.25 inches. Okay, like just a bit, just make it laps like that. Then go ahead and double stitch that. Yes, double stitch it. The reason is because we do not want our gather to have joining at the front, right? Yes, so that's why you should double stitch. You go ahead and open up the zipper part we sewed down. Okay, you go ahead and open it up, then you attach your gather to your dress, and that is that. It is very simple like that. I think I added gum like this baby hard net, or the corset mesh hard net, the ball will have come out perfectly well, like come out very bold. But because I didn't add it, that was why it did not come out that bold. So it's still the same thing, trust me. If you do it the way I told you to do it, it will come out the same thing. So this was when we were done joining everything, and it is giving. Okay, so after that, I'll go ahead and cover up my gather parts, that my zipper part, the down parts, place it together like this, then sew on it, sew via 1 inch on it like that. Then when I get to my zipper area, I double stitch, then add my zip. I will also teach you a technique on how to sew that zipper, that part we do not want it to go inside to be bulgy. Okay, now that we don't want it to be pointed, I'll also teach you a technique. It's not only to cut out the 1 inch that really matters. Oh, there's another way. There's a way to help it perfectly well. After cutting out that part, you still need to do something to make it work perfectly well. So don't just go ahead and cut out the pattern and say, oh, I've cut it out and it's still bulgy. Okay, so that was why I had to chalk it down, because I felt like, okay, if I explain to you guys don't understand. I had to chalk it down like this so you guys can understand. Then this is what we have. You guys notice that I took like 1 inch for my zip from the upper part, but when I get to that waist area, I went in by 1.5 inch also. Yes, that is why I chalked it down, so that you guys will understand. This is the secret to not having a pointed center back zip area or a bulgy center back zip area. This is the secret behind it. This is what your top fashion designers, your top fashion instructors do not tell you. Yes, and I'm bringing it out for free. Oh God, Style by Chideo, you are too good. So I went ahead to take 1 inch. When I get to that deep back area, I took 1.5 inch. How to identify that part? That part is the same waistline, the same as waistline though. Okay, if your waistline is 16, you do the same thing, but my waistline is 18, but I used to use 19 because I want a perfect back area. Okay, I don't want my bone to start freaking me, because I used to add bone to my side corset, so that's why I'm always using 19. So as I was saying, if you don't want it to be bulgy, even if your length, your half length is 15, you still need to do the same thing, because that center back goes inside. So you still need to do the same thing. Even if your waistline is 10, do the same thing. Even if your waistline is, you are sewing for babies, do the same thing, and trust me, everything is going to lap. At the end of this video, you will see how flat the back area was, and this is it when we were done. So to create our rope, our corset rope, I went ahead to take 1 inch like this. Okay, I took 1 inch, then I folded it just the way I'm doing right now on your screen, then I sew it all the way down. So after all of this, you guys will see how it came out, and this is the outfit. See how perfect it looks like on me, even without the hard net and all of that. See how perfect it looks like. Then let me spin around for you to see the zipper. Oh God. Tell me this zip is not beautiful. Tell me the zip is not neatly made. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial up to this time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, share my videos, and turn on the bell button so that anytime I upload new video, you're going to get notified. Bye.